In a world where attention is the new currency, building a community and a great network has a lot of benefits. One way to build such a community is by sharing and showing your work and getting noticed by like-minded people. But the question is, how do you do that? Hey friends, my name is Nikhil Sheoran and today we are talking about this amazing book, Show Your Work, 10 Ways to Share Your Creativity and Get Discovered by Austin Kleon, who is also the author of Steal Like an Artist. If Steal Like an Artist was a book that teaches you how to create content, Show Your Work teaches you how to put your content in front of an audience and how to get your work noticed. Today, we'll be talking about 7 ideas from this book that I personally resonate a lot with. First, you don't have to be a genius to share stuff. Just share whatever you can. Teach what you know and teach what you like, and tell your audience what they want to listen. Well, you won't have one in the beginning, but anyway, the point is that you can share 3 types of stuff. First, the things that you know about. For example, if you are a maths teacher, for you this would be the subject maths, because you know about it and you can teach others about it. The second kind of stuff that you can share is something that you like to consume yourself. Think about it for a moment. What kind of content do you like to consume in your free time? Try to recreate that or do something similar. And the third one is to figure out what else people who already see your work want to see. Figure out what they would like to see next. And if you try enough times, you will eventually find something in the intersection of these 3 things which will eventually become your niche and your area of interest where you would like to create your own work. Find a group of like-minded people you can connect with. People who have similar interests as you. Show your work to them and see their work. And then all of you can provide feedback to each other. You can learn and grow together and face problems and solve problems together. There is no such thing as a lone genius, an individual with superhuman talents who creates a masterpiece overnight out of nowhere. Instead, great ideas are often birthed by a group of creative individuals who make up an ecology of talent. Most people who are considered lone geniuses were actually part of a group or multiple groups of like-minded people who used to share, steal, and provide feedback to one another. Everyone used to contribute something to others. And you can do the same for yourself by finding a scenius to connect with. You can find plenty of people to connect with on social media sites like Twitter, LinkedIn, or Reddit. Document, don't create. Old classic Gary Vee advice. Instead of trying to create something original, which as we all know there's nothing original, everything is just copied. So instead of trying to create something out of nowhere, try to document your journey. Document your journey of learning new stuff, building stuff, creating new stuff, anything. If you start documenting things that you enjoy, people with similar interests will resonate with you and eventually you will form a community around that. And the only problem you will have after you document is the regret of not documenting more. Share something small every day. Be consistent. Now this is interesting because what you share depends on where you are in your creative journey right now. If you're an amateur and just getting started, you don't have much knowledge and insights to share with people. So you just share nothing, right? Wrong. Well, you can still share works of other people. Share something that inspires you or something new that you learned today. If you're an intermediate creator, if that word exists, you can share how you're executing things. Share your process, share the behind the scenes of how you build stuff. And when someday you'll become an expert, you can share the novel insights and the pieces of knowledge that you gained throughout your journey. So no matter at what stage you are right now, you can always share stuff. And that's something you should be doing regularly. Be a good storyteller. Storytelling is probably the most underrated and the highest ROI skill that you can learn today. Attention is the new currency and a good story draws a lot of attention and a lot of attention can have a lot of impact. This is something I am also trying to learn right now. The key to tell good stories is to tell a lot of stories in the first place. And if you tell a lot of stories, eventually with every story, your skill of storytelling will keep getting better and better and better. Another way is to collect a lot of great stories. Read, listen and watch stories that you find interesting and try to tell your own story like them. And the more you do this, the better you will get at it. Focus on the quality of people that you connect and build relationships with instead of trying to focus on the quantity. Instead of having a million but uninterested followers who don't care about what you have to share, try to build a small community of people who are actually interested in what you have to share. People who are interested to hear your opinions and who are interested in you and your work. I'll tell you how I applied this myself. A month ago, whenever I used to post a new YouTube video, I used to post its link on my WhatsApp status and it used to get like 100 views. But when I took a closer look at the analytics, I figured out that almost none of these 100 people who are watching my videos were actually interested in what I had to say. Soon I stopped posting WhatsApp status updates of my new YouTube videos, and I realized that it's much more important to focus on the quality of the connections that you have instead of trying to focus on the quantity. People will only interact with you and your work if they find it interesting. And to be that interesting, you will first have to be interested in other people's work. Interact with it, share it, give them feedback about it without expecting anything in return. Talk about stuff you love and things that interest you, and eventually you will attract people who have the same interests. Stick around for long. This is no secret and has been talked about so much. If you want to experience compounding, you have to stick in for the long term. Don't just give up yet. It's extremely hard to take actions towards building something, and it's even harder to take that action every day. But if you want to feel the real power of compounding, don't just give up if you don't see the results yet. This is a graph I find really interesting. I guess it's from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you are putting in the work but don't see the results yet, you are probably experiencing what is termed as the valley of disappointment. This is the time you are getting results much lower than expected, and it's the same time when 99% people quit. But if you keep putting in the effort and the work, you will eventually start getting results much higher than expected, and it could possibly change your life, who knows. And that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.